Run. If you guys are looking out onto the habitat and you are wondering where the cheetahs are, we currently have two cheetahs out here. If you look towards the left-hand side of the exhibit, you have Connie, who's kind of just hanging out. And then on the far right-hand side of the exhibit, all the way over to the other tree, you can kind of see Jenna hanging out here as well. Now, right now, it is their free time, so we're not really going to ask them to do anything for this presentation. We're just going to let them enjoy the habitat, do whatever they want to do out here. Like I said, it's their free time, and what cheetahs mostly do whenever it's free time is sleep. Cheetahs will sleep anywhere between 12 to almost 18 hours a day, so this is very normal behavior for cheetahs to be doing this. If you think about it, to run very fast, you need to conserve that energy, so they like to rest, conserve that energy, and then they will be using that speed to go out and catch their foods. Again, we're not really going to be asking these guys to move or anything. If they choose to move, it's going to be on their own terms. Now, what we do here at Cheetah Run is we use a very fancy word called variability. Variability is very important when it comes to working with these cheetahs because this what keeps them entertaining, it keeps them moving around to the different exhibits that we have here at Cheetah Run. Right now for this presentation, we're actually not going to be asking them to do much. Tomorrow you can come back at the exact same time and you might see a different group of cheetahs out here and you might be seeing us doing something different with them. So every day is going to be different for each individual cheetah here to make sure that we give them the best quality of life. If you think about it, if you are working, you do the same routine every single day, that routine can get very boring very, very quickly. We never want our cheetahs to be bored, so every day is going to be different for them. Some days we'll do training sessions out here on the habitat, like our cheetah lure run demonstrations. Some days we'll do training sessions behind the scenes, and some days we just don't do any training sessions out here. So it just kind of depends on the day, what we want to work on and focus on with each individual cheetah. Now, cheetahs are the world's fastest land mammal. They can reach speeds of anywhere between 50 to 70 miles per hour. Here at Cheetah Run, our fastest cheetah that we've recorded has gone up to 64 miles an hour. And Jenna, the cheetah that's on the far right-hand side of the exhibit, has actually gone up to 62. So she's come in second place. They're animals, and it all has to do with their adaptation. Cheetahs are very well adapted for sprinting and running fast. So if you look at our cheetahs, you'll notice that they do have a small head in proportion to their body. That's what allows them to be aerodynamic. They also have a very slender body with long limbs that can get them about a 20-foot stride when they are going at their fastest. Another cool feature of the cheetah is in their tail. A cheetah tail is very long, thick, and heavy. And if you think about it, a cheetah is going to be chasing after their prey item running at 70 miles per hour. That prey item is not going to be running in a straight line. Whatever they're chasing is going to be zigzagging, trying to get away from that cheetah. So that tail is very useful. That tail is moving up, down, left, and right as the cheetah is making those sharp turns, and that's what's helping them stay on their feet and keep their balance. So a very useful adaptation for when it comes to chasing after their prey item. If you go all the way down into their claws, cheetahs have semi-retractable claws, which is a very fancy way of saying that their claws are always exposed. If you think of lions and tigers or even your house cat, those animals actually have retractable claws. Retractable helps keep them sharp, ready to use for hunting by folding into their feet. Cheetahs have adapted their claws for sprinting and running, so it's very similar to a soccer player with soccer cleats. It kind of creates that traction, keeps them from sliding around and pushes them up to that 70 miles per hour. So everything about the cheetah is pretty much built for speed. Now, like I was saying earlier, they are very fast, but they can only sustain those speeds for a couple of seconds. So in that allotted amount of time, if they don't catch their food, they actually have to stop and rest anywhere between 30 minutes to almost an hour to cool down before they can get back up and hunt again. So even though they are fast, they're not fast for very long, which is a very common misconception. If you ever see cheetahs on TV or anywhere else, you almost always see them running. I can tell you that those cheetahs are only running for a fraction of what you can see them on TV. So most of the time, this is exactly what they'll be doing, which is resting, laying down, and conserving that energy. Now, cheetahs are strict carnivores, which means everything that they eat is meat. In the wild, these guys will be eating anything about their size, just smaller. But if it's too small, it's not really worth their energy. So you'll see a lot of small birds kind of moving around out here on the exhibit. The cheetahs will see them, but not really go after them. Now, if you get something a little bit bigger out here, like a squirrel, you will see our cheetahs actually get up, start stalking those squirrels, and actually go after them. So yes, they are still wild animals, and we treat them as such here at Cheetah Run as well. Now, even though they are carnivores, here at Busch Gardens, we actually have a protected and free contact training program with all of the cats that live here at Cheetah Run, which means we do physically go in there and interact with our cheetahs hands-on. It has to do with the training that we do here, as well as the relationship that we build up with each individual animal. What we do here at Cheetah Run is we only train using positive reinforcement training, which essentially means that the animals are never wrong. We reinforce the correct behavior, and we simply ignore any incorrect behavior. So we don't punish the animals for doing something wrong. In fact, every now and then, you'll even see us reinforce the animals for doing something incorrectly. If you think about it, you're learning a brand new behavior. It is okay to fail. It's the same thing for these cheetahs. It is But that positive reinforcement training is also what helps to build up our relationship with each individual cat, and it's all based on trust and respect. So when we go in there with the animals, we're not dominant over them. Instead, we ask them to do behaviors. They do it correctly, they get some treats and some rub downs from the trainers. And if they do something incorrectly, we just move on. We don't dwell on it, we don't focus on it. We just move on and keep on going with our training session. And again, that's very important when it comes to working with these cats. We've taken our training program a step further, and we've actually gone to the point where we can actually walk our cheetahs on the leash and harness outside of the exhibit. We've gone to different media outlets and even school programs with our cheetahs. So yes, there have been cheetahs in classroom, in particular on the left-hand side of the exhibit. I've been in the classroom with a bunch of children and who did phenomenal. The kids loved it because they got to see a cheetah up close, and we loved it because we got to expose our cheetahs to a lot of little kids and get them used to that sort of scenario, which is something that we want to do with all of the cats. The next step when it comes to that training is to walk them out amongst you guys as well. So we are hoping to start training our cheetahs to walk around comfortably on that leash and harness and walk them on the same pathway that you guys are walking out here today. So you never know, the next time you visit Busch Gardens, you may actually come face to face with a cheetah walking around with their trainers out amongst you guys. That's something that we are very excited for. Now, even though cheetahs are very cool animals, like I said, they are the world's fastest land mammal, there's sadly only about 10,000 cheetahs left worldwide. So to put that into perspective, on a good day here at Busch Gardens, there will easily be more people walking around enjoying their day than there are cheetahs left on the entire planet. So it's a very sad case. Oh, cheetah run, there he goes. The cheetahs face out in the wild are with bigger predators. So there are bigger animals out there that are going after the same prey item as the cheetahs. There's a lot of competition for that food. Cheetahs are also slowly losing their territories out there due to farming and ranching. So there's a lot of ranchers and farmers out there that are taking over the same land that the cheetahs have. What the farmers have out there is a bunch of roaming livestock, and what the cheetah sees is some fast food out there. So it's a very easy meal for the cheetah to go after those ranchers and farmers' livestock. What the farmers do in return is they hunt down the cheetahs. So there's a lot of different conflicts that face these animals out in Africa. And what we do is we've actually partnered up with our sister park SeaWorld, and we actually created the SeaWorld and Busch Gardens Conservation Fund. And what we do is yearly we donate millions of dollars to different organizations all over the world to help protect these animals, not just the cheetahs, but the different animals as well, like tigers, lions, hippos, as you name it. We're trying to conserve them and help these guys out in the wild. Now at this time, if anybody has any questions, I'm located at the center of the habitat on this side. You can kind of see Kasi has now found his energy. He's going to be running around doing his thing out here. But these guys, like I said, will be out here for most of the afternoon, and then they'll be moving inside later on for the fireworks. And there they go. But if anybody has any questions, feel free to stop by to the center of the habitat. I'd love to talk to you guys and answer any of those questions. And on behalf of everybody here at Cheetah Run, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day here at Busch Gardens.
Wow, that is cool.
Oh my god.
Man, I guess.
About 70 miles an hour? Yeah, Jenna is currently the second fastest cheetah here, running at 60 miles per hour up here. How fast does it go? I think they go up to 60 miles an hour 3 times. So they have launch points that shoot you out about 60 miles an hour. Yeah. Normally what they'll do is they'll actually sit and sleep for most of the day, and then once they start getting excited or something happens, I just see a run. So you'll see them kind of chase after each other. Kasi in particular chases after squirrels on a regular basis. So a lot of times if he sees a squirrel on the other side of the bamboo, he's going to try to get to it, or if it climbs up the tree, he'll try to get to it as well. Not very far actually. They're built for sprinting and running fast, not so much for jumping vertically up. So the highest we've ever seen them jump is about 12 feet, and they had issues with that. So they barely got up to that point.
Did they ever breed them?
What was that?
Do they breed them or no?
We do. Now, we don't breed them here at Busch Gardens. We don't actually have the space to breed them here. In order to breed female cheetahs, the cheetah can't see, smell, or hear a male cheetah anywhere in her exhibit. So if she can see him or smell him, she's not going to cycle. What we do is work with other zoos and facilities that have the space. So we send our cheetahs up there, they breed, and then they either come down with their cubs, or we get the cubs, or we get them on, depending on where they need to go in the United States. That's actually how we got our third social group of cheetahs here. We actually have 2 7-month-old cheetahs that are now here because of that breeding program.
They're just beautiful. Marking its territory.
Alrighty, have fun. Stay hydrated.
Oh. I think I like it. Ooh, that big one.
Wow.
I bet she runs now.
Go now. Feel lighter.
Are they both male?
Female and male. So the one on the left is female. Her name is Jenna, and then Tati is the one on the right. To an extent, I kind of call her like a brother and a sister do. So she's older than he is, so she sometimes gets picked on by him, and then other times she'll chase him around too. She's kind of here to kind of show him what it means to be Cheetah. She was actually raised by a dog. She actually grew up with a dog for about 4 years. Since then, the dog got adopted by one of the trainers, and now we introduced him to another cheetah. So he now gets to start learning what it means to be a cheetah. They're really good about it. They get a carnivore diet that gets specially made for carnivores, so it comes to us pre-packaged. It kind of looks like ground beef that we would be buying at the store, but there's a lot of tendons, organ tissue, muscle tissue, everything is included in there that they need to stay healthy. And then throughout the week, we'll give them different meat items as well. So they'll get rabbit, quail, chick, and even really large